So you have the devil, okay? You have the magician and the six of wands, the 3 and 5 of wands, 3 of wands, 5 of wands. You have the tower. You Virgos have the 9 of cups, the temperance, the 8 of cups, and the 9 of wands. So what I'm seeing here for a lot of you Virgos, by the way, run the views up too. You know, a lot of the zodiac signs, you know, I have 8,000 subs, but a lot of y'all don't run the, well, Virgo runs the views up, but run the views up nonetheless. Let's get to 1,000. Let's get to 1,000. Stop playing. So you Virgos pretty much have the devil card right here. The devil is about, obviously, people's obsession with you, people's attachment to you, right? People's need to scapegoat you, right? The ability, the idea that people don't have loyalty. People are sometimey. They like to flip-flop. So because of the fact that people have an obsession with you, the magician and the 6 of wands represents you Virgos see it for what it is and you bouncing. And yeah, Virgos have this type of interaction with people. You know, let's not forget that Michael Rennie Jr. off of Power actually is a Virgo. And look at, you know, episode 9 and episode 10 of season 3 is out. And look at what it is that they did to Tariq. They flipped on Tariq. Most of it is unjustified. All of it is really unjustified. But that's the idea. The idea that people are sometimey. They don't have any kind of loyalties. They act like they do, but they don't see their own confusion. The idea of 1 minute they cool with you, and the next minute it's like they go against the very same people that they act like they're cool with, and then it's like, oh, then they're confused, but then they want people to trust them. They want you Virgos to trust them. So the 6 of wands represents you're just too smart to trust people who waste your time trying to scapegoat you. So the people who have scapegoated you in the past, a lot of you Virgos, I see, just learned a lesson from that. It's not anyone in particular. A lot of you Virgos just learned a lesson from it. And a lot of you are like, look, you're just going to start hanging out by yourselves. When you're not trying to get to know other people, or you're going to be where you're going to be, right? Whether it's hanging out with your family or hanging out with whatever, you're going to be loners. Because you Virgos are starting to understand, 6 of wands, that there's value in being a loner, because then people can't get close enough to you because people think that they're slick. Because one of the games that people will play, Virgo, is they'll try to run game on you by trying to soften you up, by trying to get close to you. Make it seem like they're your friends and then they could be trusted. Then turn on you, and then the flip, they're so goofy. The flip happens, and then you watching them flip, and you looking at them, and you're like, you just flipped. And then no, but you can trust me. And it really goes to show you how delusional a lot of people are, and how off their rocker, and how demented people are. The idea that people won't to be trusted, even though they're a turncoat. Anyway, so the 3 of wands and the 3 of wands and the 5 of wands represents this being a situation for you Virgos where, so you're starting to really see a lot of people differently. You're starting to realize, again, with all of this turncoat mentality that you have, you might as well be in a position or in an area or in a city where, you know, you basically, you Virgos understand that you're better off hanging out by yourselves. And that the time may come where you Virgos may need to leave the neighborhood. Not because I'm saying it, but because of the fact that a lot of you Virgos realize that you can't trust a lot of people. You can't. Because they do way too much flip-flop, and then they got the nerve, the audacity to act like you should trust them, even though they're betraying you. there's a lot of I want to say, but I'm not going to. So the Five of Wands represents, because they're demented. They don't. They're. But you still need to hold them accountable, and a lot of you Virgos are. And the Tower represents. So right now, a lot of you Virgos are going through a time period where let the people who are delusional, let people who can't make a decision, that confusion, let people who are too far gone like that, to let them show you who they are. Anybody who's a turncoat, cut them off. And the Nine of Cups. And be okay with them doing that. Because who wants a turncoat? You know? And then you have the Temperance, which represents, because that will save you a whole lot of time. And you're showing not only are you showing your intellect, but even better than that, you're showing your wisdom. Because you don't have to be the smartest people in the world to have wisdom. You're showing your wisdom by allowing people to do that, because it's making the job easier for you. See, one of the things that as Virgos we got to learn to start doing and to stop doing simultaneously is we have to learn to heal people that are looking for an opportunity to become better individuals, and stop trying to heal people who are too stupid. You have a lot of I remember there was for instance, you have a lot of delusional people out here. I remember being in a situation myself where a person sided with the person that tried to play me out of $1,500, even though I was trying to make a legal business. It's illegal. Even though I was trying to make a legal business move, and then they side with the other person, and then when I explained to them the story, they didn't even know the story. They so stupid. Then when they found out after I spoke to them about what happened, then they sided with me, and then they acted like I didn't see it. Then when they tried to play these games and I saw what they was doing, then they hit me up in the email the day they're confused, they're delusional. They are all over the place, Virgo. Believe me, they're delusional. These are people who are not mentally all the way upstairs. They're gone. So a lot of you Virgos, it would behoove us to really start to really pay attention to who's really on your side, who really brings substance to the value, and forget everybody who doesn't. So the thing about it is that the Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Wands now represents, and walk away from those people. And if they're gonna be distraught or heartbroken, then so be it, because us as Virgos can't afford to waste our time anymore on people who are borderline. 1 minute they cool, next minute they're not, but then they can't stand you, but then they side with your whole enemy, not even knowing the story. They so stupid. Then they over here, but then they act like this, but now they over here. Yo, you giving me whiplash, dummy. Which side are you on? You did this and the third. 1 minute they want to side with you, right? They need your help, but then they can't stop betraying you. But then they're so delusional. They're so delusional. They're so unbelievably delusional. So let's clarify some of these cards. This is why it is I go so hard in the Virgo readings, to show and to prove how stupid and how delusional a lot of these demented people are out here. And a lot of people running around trying to make it seem as if they're good mentally. No, they're not. Mentally healthy and healthy people overall don't want trust from the very same people that they can't stop trying to betray. So let's clarify the Eight of Cups. So to clarify the Eight of Cups, we have the Queen of Swords, the Justice, the Hanged Man, and the Five of Swords. Remember, run the views up, subscribe, get the likes up, get the comments up. So to clarify, so you have the Queen of Swords and the Justice. You were right to be suspicious of these people. You were justified. And leaving people alone who are dysfunctional like that, allowing them to show how off their rocker they are, how crazy these people are, is the correct thing for you to do. Because the Hanged Man and the Five of Swords, they're going to try to scapegoat you because they're crazy.